Hi, how's it going? This is Resident Caller for YouTube, back with another review for Today Night Miguel. This is Book 6, Chapter 12, Baxter and the BULLSEYE. So, Mary, Fatima, are by Philip's bedside. They've bandaged him up. His body, he's got a very bad, high-grade fever. His body is going through a lot, which Fatima explains that if any of this were any normal man, he'd be dead. Um, you have a lot of torn, mixed emotions here. Not just here, not just in this part of the chapter, because Fatima is told by Mary, that Sebastian could save Philip, could cure him of this. So she needs Evie to tell her where she put Sebastian. Will she or won't she? Who knows? Because, you got to keep this in mind. Evie knows Jacqueline can shapeshift. So having a conversation with somebody might not be who she's having that conversation with. So she that doesn't happen in this chapter, but again, you got to keep this in mind if you're Evie, right? From a character perspective, if you will. And Mary lays it on the line that they need Evie to tell her where Philip is, or sorry, where Sebastian is. And now you have a very torn. The Father Ryan Donovan. He's like, this is sacrilege. This is not, this is against our religion. You're speaking lunacy, because though you could say, well, he helped banish the devil. It wasn't just him, and he doesn't know that. But the key word is but. Fatima is torn because she knows both sides of the world. She was a nun. She also knows of witchcraft. She knows there's the occult side and there's the religious side, and you either walk the line, you teeter the line, or you cross one side or the other. So what's she gonna do? By the way, you have a proposal here. You have Philip proposing to Mary. Mary says, "Yeah, I'll marry you. I'll marry you. Why not, right?" I married a werewolf. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens, because you do have... I don't like the fact that... When I say I don't like the fact, I get a really eyebrow-raising of Father Ryan here. I mean, I don't mind if the priest is going to turn heel, but that would be really interesting. Is he going to... Priests have a unique way of looking into things. Okay? A priest could consult somebody and say, "What do you know about werewolves? Is it all myth?" He knows it's not just a myth. Is he going to go get Silver Maid with not tell? That's something I sort of raise eyebrows with. Again, I'm not saying he's going to do that. My spidey sense is up, if you will, and I'm not a Spider-Man fan. My shadow sense is up. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. So yeah, my shadow sense is peaking here. Also, I do like the fact that Mary mentioned she has to go talk to Jacob. Really, she wants to go talk to Celeste. Celeste and Philip was Celeste's first love, and Mary wants to tell Celeste, "Hey, this is what's going on." What's Celeste going to say? Celeste sort of had a suspicion in the previous chapter that it was Philip. So it'll be interesting to see how that conversation goes. we will see, right? So at Terramore House, the lords are discussing the werewolf attack. You have Rebecca, you have Caspian, who's not a lord. You have Jonathan, you have Jacob, you have Celeste. Jacqueline goes to lay down. Um, I take that with a pinch of salt. By the way, maybe she did go lay down. Man. Maybe she's who knows. We'll find. We'll find out. Right. Lear Lockwood walks in. He's not alone because Lucas is with him, and Lear is still mad about what happened with his dad. He blames his Aunt Rebecca. Rebecca has never really told um, Lear the truth about his dad. And Jacob is an asshole. he'll t- he'll tell you things whether you want to hear him or not. And he lays the cards on the table to everybody else in the room that Lear's father gambled money, was a big gambler, and Lear went into they did pay off the debt, but because Henry Lockwood was such a gambling addict, he puts his daughter up for money, and the girl goes away. And Maggie Lockwood. What a sad state, right? Lear does not know this. Lear always thought his sister was kidnapped. Lear, you also have a kiss by Lear and Lucas, or Lucas kisses Lear, and he's trying to say everything will be okay, and hearing it from somebody else that's not your family can be a comforting thing, and it can. Sometimes family tells you stuff. Family will tell you things, not necessarily to lie to you, but they'll tell you stuff because they want to make you feel better. If it's somebody who you're maybe dating or you met, hearing it from somebody else may mean more to you. That's the psychology of that. And there's a headline here. There's a headline that in the paper about Sebastian being the monster and stuff, sending the monster to kill people. Jacob's like, I'm going to kill Baxter, and Rebecca's like, not if I kill him first. So, Baxter has a target on his back now, because when Jacob plots to kill you and Rebecca is plotting to kill you, they're not necessarily just plotting to kill you. They are going to fucking kill you. Okay? This is as good as a mob contract to a fucking hitman. Something's going to give, right? Jacqueline is under that same contract, right? Or is this good? I wonder if this is going to divert Jacob from that. It's hard to say about him. I haven't forgotten that either. So Evie and Matthew, they rekindle their romance. They make love. They have sex. The Welshport Village, the Welshport newspaper, Matthew was reading. He doesn't want Evie to see the headline. I don't think he has much to worry about here. He's just being a bit paranoid, which I understand. He does not want her to read about Sebastian. I mean, she knows. Look, does that sort of draw a weird character trait of Matthew? I don't think it does. It's just somebody who isn't fully aware of his memories yet and who he really was. So he's sort of being a little deceitful by, not letting Evie see the newspaper or hiding it, if you will. And I like that to a degree because, again, here's somebody who doesn't have their full memory back. There's scenes he's remembering in pieces and certain things he tries to remember, but he doesn't have his full memory back. Nothing like getting naked and having sex. That'll help. I don't know if it will or won't. But yeah, so he's curious. Caroline visiting Baxter is huge. He tells her, you're not my sister," because she confronts him about all the headlines. So you're just as much in this on it, but really, she didn't know any of that. She did not know she was a lord. She did not know she was, you know, bought and whatever. She didn't know any of that, and nobody told her till just now. She's not Carolyn Murphy, whatever. She's Maggie Lockwood, or Margaret Lockwood, as they say, but they called her Maggie. So Baxter tells her all this after they have this huge confrontation. She's not happy with him. She tells him he's a piece of shit, basically, and he is. Um, you know, is she going to confront Lear? I would say so. I mean, she going to tell Lear, hey, you're in on this with him. How can you just this again? Lear has hired Baxter. Lear is behind this. Now, does Lear know Maggie is Maggie Lockwood? Is this going to be a brother sister thing? Trying to take this down, or is you know Maggie now going to draw a line in the sand at her own brother and say, "I want nothing to do." No, you know, and having Baxter, because what Caroline, slash Maggie slash Caroline sees is you're having Baxter Murphy print lies. How honest are you? So you have that dynamic now for her in her mind. Um, and she's not even sure if Baxter is telling her the truth, because again, she knows Baxter's lines act shit. So if I was Baxter, there is a bullet with your name on it, dude. There is a bullet. Now, here's the thing, though. If Baxter is killed, are people going to now raise even more eyebrows at the at the Lords? Not saying he will be killed. Putting that out there right now. I'm not sitting here saying he will be killed. Do not hold me to that. But it could happen, right? Two people are plotting your death. When one person's plotting your death, it's bad enough. But when it's two people, it's really fucking bad. um, yeah, the priest conversation is really interesting because he's very. When I say I don't like it, I'm not meaning I don't like it in the story. I just find I don't like his attitude about the whole thing. Okay, I understand you're religious and fine, and you have a moral compass. That's fine, but you're saying no. He's because he feels it's going to be a connection to the devil. He does. Could he just be afraid of another confrontation with a demon? I mean, sure, but he's got to realize a werewolf and a demon aren't usually interconnected here. A werewolf is a shapeshifter, not a demon. That's again maybe he has a lack of knowledge on certain things, and he could. Just because you're a priest doesn't mean you have full knowledge of both sides of the world. Fatima does. Fatima would. So again, that's going to be an interesting dynamic there. I feel. Again, my shadow sense could be completely off. I could be completely off on that one, because I think it more he comes off a bit heelish, and if he's coming across a bit heelish, is he going to now, instead of help in the way they think he'll help, or help as in find a cure? Maybe instead of finding a cure, will he commit sin himself and commit a murder. I'm not saying he will. I find that maybe I'm raising too many questions. Maybe I'm way off base. I could be. My mind works very differently than most. It, the wheel was spinning, if you will. Um, yeah, go check out the most recent chapter of To Be Night Miguel. Very, 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 very good. Very, 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 very intense. Uh, very intense. All right, guys, have a good night.